First off, I gotta say that I'm very excited to be here today. I'm somewhat of a geek. Yeah, a lot of you don't believe that. I'm one of the biggest geeks you'll ever see, literally. I want to welcome all of you here to Alamo City. It's a great city. San Antonio is a great place to be. A lot of you that are coming out of town, especially coming here to see the TechStars cloud. Now, a lot of you that don't know about what's going on here in San Antonio, right here in San Antonio, TechStars Cloud was housed in an initiative called Geekdom.
Yeah!
Geeks aren't supposed to be so rowdy. Some of you guys been drinking already this morning? Now, Geekdom is this collaborative workspace where technologists and creators can come together and create some extraordinary things. Now, I'm telling you guys, I was a geek because some of you guys are sitting up here saying, what's this basketball player doing up there introducing robots? Okay? I actually grew up in an age where some of you can remember the TI-99, the Texas Instruments. Thank you. I feel validated now. I got my own computer, hooked it up to the TV, the monitor. That was my monitor, was the TV. I created my own basketball game. Now, it was very simplistic and crude because all I could use was BASIC back then, right? If, then, and go-to statements. But the biggest part of this, because it took me like a month to create this basketball game, is I had to save all my program on a cassette player. You remember that? Yeah. You're all like, sometimes it went through, sometimes it didn't. We didn't even have floppy disks back then. And these kids don't even know what I'm talking about. So a lot of you do. So this is exciting for me to come here and see what these young people have created. And it's our responsibility to mentor and support these kids. And we got to push science and technology to the forefront, especially in this country. So I'm very pleased and honored to be here and to see all these faces and all you guys out here ready to spend your money, hopefully, on some great projects. Now, I want to talk about this program called FIRST. And the founder, the inventor, Dean Kamen, in his own words, he founded FIRST to transform our culture by creating a world where science and technology are celebrated and where young people dream of becoming science and technology leaders. The goal of FIRST is to encourage, inspire, and educate the inventors tomorrow. Right here in San Antonio, we have 7 teams of TechStars, and they're going to show you off their robots right now. Before that, I want to introduce Patrick Felty. He's our Regional Director of FIRST Robotics. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Don. Come on. Now, from one group to another, I'd like to present you an official FIRST game ball.
All right, thank you. I don't have to shoot it, do I? I don't want to be shown up by these.
Well, if you brought your robot driver's license, I'll let you drive one of these.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So again, my name is Patrick Felty. I'm the Central and South Texas Regional Director for FIRST Robotics. And what we're going to do today is demonstrate some of our robots. FIRST has 4 different programs starting in kindergarten going through high school. And this is our top tier of robotics programs. This is what we call our FRC robots. It's the FIRST Robotics competition. There are, each year we have a game that changes. And so we have a really intelligent group of folks in Manchester, New Hampshire that are part of our game design committee. And they develop these games so that our veteran teams are challenged and our rookie team is easy enough for them to compete. This year's game is obviously a basketball game. And so these kids had 6 weeks to build these robots from scratch. And these robots will have all kinds of different sensors on them. Some of them will have infrared sensors as well. Now, other parts of the game are a lot of fun, and then we always put in an extra challenge for them. This year's game, we had them driving over a bridge, and at the end of the game, they balance on the bridge for extra points. Now, I don't have that cool slide that says this is technical, so you guys just have to watch today. Now, across the country, there are over, actually around the world, there are over 2,500 robotics teams at this level. There's 18 of these teams here in San Antonio. And out of those 18 teams, we've had 6 weeks worth of competitions. And these teams have the opportunity to compete as many times as they want. It's actually quite expensive for them to compete, and they have to raise anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000. So it's actually a little bit cheaper than what you guys are talking about here today. Now, what these guys do, out of the 18 teams in San Antonio, there are 3 of them that are advancing to the World Championships that's going to be held in St. Louis in 2 weeks. Now, the teams that we have here today, we have Team 459 from South, actually they're not here today, South San High School. The Grease Monkeys, that's one of our teams. That's the oldest team in San Antonio. They were started in 2000, and they were the first ones to qualify this year for the World Championships. Teams 3481, the Brandeis Rockbots, they're here. They're the tall robot over there. That's actually their practice bot. This is their competition robot here. It's much nicer and prettier robot. The reason they're not driving this one today is this one's actually locked down. And so it's in lockdown, so they cannot drive it, practice with it, or anything, but they're fortunate enough to be able to build a practice robot they can use. Team 3997 is one of our newest teams. They're actually rookie this year. They were formed by a Boy Scout Explorer post, and their names are the Screaming Chickens. And so they have won a seat at the World Championships as well as a rookie all-star. Team 653 from Edison, no side. I believe that's the short guy over there. They did not qualify for a championship, but they're one of our proud teams here in San Antonio. They compete every year and do a great job. Team 2969 from Sam Houston High School, Hurricane Robotics. They are our ball snaggers down here today, so thanks for being here, guys. As part of the competition, we'll demonstrate that later on, is we get multiple robots to balance on this bridge. You see, it's hard to just get one across it. At our competitions, we had 3 robots balancing at the same time. We will attempt a double balance here shortly. Now, these games, they last a little over 2 minutes. The first few seconds of the game are fully autonomous. And so these robots are programmed, they set them on the field. The field is 74 by 30-foot field, so it's a little bit bigger than the stage they have here. And what we do is we have 6 robots on the field at one time. And you see that these guys have the red bumpers on. This one has a blue bumper. And what they do is throughout the day, during the competition, they're switching teams. So as they're switching teams, they're forming their alliances, and at the end of the competition,